This is the CatClamp by Jam CJ Innovative Products, Toledo, Ohio. It's made in the USA. This is the cage that goes around the catalytic converter. These parts come apart here, and this part goes above the catalytic converter, and this goes below. I got the maximum one, which two of these come along with it. The regular CatClamp only comes with one, and you can see by the size of this, it's a pretty good size cable. So 3/8, which is pretty hefty. These ones that go around the catalytic converter are a 1/4. They're about a 1/4 inch. As I install it, these two holes are where these two cables go through here to lock this cage to the frame of the truck, are what is going to wrap around and hold this cable to the frame. Special tool that will install these so the thief cannot easily take this apart and disengage this. Also, I had my VIN number. They just scratched it into here with a tool. These shims are going to go inside here. Inside here you'll see a slot. You see there's a slot inside there? That's going to make this clamp fit nice and snug around the muffler or the catalytic converter ends. CatClamp Max, 22 inches. I guess is the length of those two cables. $319.95, but the last $27 is UPS shipping. Total $347. Is it worth it? To me it is. Preventing the catalytic converter from being stolen. Here's the side of the truck. Going under. There's the catalytic converter right there. Toward the engine up there, and towards the back. There's the muffler. They'll cut this part, and then they'll come there. They'll cut that part, and then they got your catalytic converter. This thing is gonna go up on top. Okay, I got the part on there. The shim fits really well here. Okay, the whole upper assembly above, but this in the back is hitting the shield right here. Also, the shim, as you can see, is not fitting exactly, because if I'm to stretch the cables out, but if I don't have to, if I move the whole assembly upwards, it fits better. It fits a little better. So I read in the directions that there's like a tightening procedure later, so I'll just wait for that. Okay, so I got the bottom assembly ready to match up with the upper assembly. Okay, so I'm going to insert the shims. I don't know what you can see there because I'm doing this backwards, but the other shims are going in. So it says just take it easy on these bolts and only do a few turns at a time. Now you can see how this cable cage is wrapped around. So I noticed part of this cable is hitting this bracket right here that is welded onto this pipe. It's welded on right here, and this cable is hitting it. Thus, I cannot straighten this level. See, this is at an angle where it should be like this, but I don't think that'll matter if it's off a bit, because this assembly, the cables move. These cables move, and that down there could be horizontal, this part will just be twisted because there's no other way for me to straighten this out. How bad. So now we just give it a few turns. Go to the other one. Give it a few turns. Now you might say, well, what if the thief has a special tool? Well, after this whole assembly is done, the instructions suggest you weld these holes right here, weld them, or put something in there, or even silicone. Silicone these empty holes, and then the thief will not be able to easily stick the tool up there. Torque up to 40 pounds. Then pull all the slack out. So I do have a torque wrench. Connect onto the special tool there. The dark numbers are foot-pounds. Okay, so I torqued it. Okay, so I did the rear section first, even though it says do the front first. And because of these limitations here of this thing, of that shield and of this thing hitting, so next comes assembly of the cables that hold the cage onto the frame of the truck. There's 4 holes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know which one you use, but I'm going to use the 2 top. The first cable is going to go through this hole and through the same in the front. Okay, this is the front now. I got this cable routed. I'm having a hard time trying to bring it to the frame somewhere. You gotta route it around the frame. And I loop it back, route it through here, and it meets in the front with the other cable. Okay, the second cable is right here, tightened up. Route it right under here, line around this transmission. I don't know what you call that thing. Transmission hump. Going back around through there. Now to install the anti-rattle springs, they wrap around the whole cage there. Okay, the springs are installed. They're pretty hard to get on there because you gotta stretch it around, and it's not easy. Here's the second set of anti-vibrating springs. It seems like they'll do a good job. Heavy duty straps keep the cables from moving around. I drive over the directions say. So there I added one here and one here. It's nice that that hole goes through the other side. I added one more here. This one didn't really need it, but I guess it'll help maybe stop it from vibrating. It's kind of loose, and I'm not sure at freeway speeds this will start hitting here and making a noise. So you can't really use plastic ties, because if this gets hot, the plastic tie is just going to melt. So I added some wire here and attached it to that line. It's a metal line, and it's not any special wire. I mean, it'll probably rust after, I don't know, a few months, maybe. I just keep an eye on it. Well, that's it. The installation's complete. I'm gonna take it for a test drive.